Hello and welcome to a update video for my HMT collection. So if you've been following the channel, you may remember when I first started looking into HMTs. That was about 6 months ago, a little over 6 months. So wanted to give you guys a 6 month update on my collection. I've been buying a lot of HMTs and I thought I'll show you the stuff I have. And because I was sitting down to wind them today, I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about this. So with HMTs, these are manual wind watches, and it is recommended that you wind them at least once, if not more, just to make sure they are in good running condition, even if you're not wearing. So I tend to try and do that every week if I can, maybe a day or two later if possible. So I was going to do that, thought I'll make a video and kill two birds with one stone. Now, before I begin with the mechanical watches, I wanted to mention this one here. Because this is not a mechanical, this is a quartz watch. And this is the Q304. I picked this up in early December. I don't think I've seen this in stock after that. There used to be one with the bracelet, metal bracelet, but I got this one here. And in the pictures, they did not look particularly special, but because it was an interesting looking design, I thought I'll try it out. And this has been a big surprise because I really like it. It just looks very nice. It's got the sort of same case as some of the old mechanical watches. Maybe they just recycle them and put a quartz movement in. It's very thin, as you can see here. And yeah, generally, um, it's been much better than I expected. Very simple. And also, I forgot to mention, very, very cheap as well. This was priced at 585, brand new from HMT. I did a full unboxing video and everything. I'll link it here in the top right here, so you can have a look. But yeah, very impressed. And yeah, I know most people like the mechanicals, and that is the reason I got into HMTs as well. But this is also a really nice watch, nice proportions, nice size. In fact, let me get the uh, caliper to check and show you the size here. I always forget to bring the caliper to the desk before recording. But yeah, let's have a look. So here we are. Yeah, 36 if I recall. Here with the crown. And we're getting a 36 and a half with the without the crown. So see here, 36. It's a good size. And yeah. Now the strap is quite narrow. This is a 16 mm, not the usual 18 that you get with these HMTs, but it's okay. It kind of works. It's a very slim, thin watch. All stainless steel, by the way, which is also something not that common with a lot of new HMTs. They tend to go with brass. Anyway, enough talking about the quartz watch. Let's focus on the mechanicals, the main reason we have here. So I'll quickly go over the ones that I have and also talk about the ones I want in the future and ones I'm not too happy about, and so on. So let's first start with a couple of aftermarket ones. I have the HMT Sona here, and then this is from Vimal Sharma, the HMT Kohinoor, again, aftermarket. Both these are aftermarket. Both have original refurbished movements. And this one is quite a beautiful watch. And yeah, I do want to get like a original one if I can. Um, so let me just set the time here first and then wind this up. It's about 8:10, 8:09, and just need to keep it in sort of running condition. So I just like the look of this. Even the strap, I really like this strap. I've seen a few variations of the strap, and I don't know if we can find like a nice orange color leather strap. Like you can find brown ones, but something with a little more orange. That would be really good. And again, I like the sort of domed glass here. Really good looking watch. Again, good size. I think this is also 35 without the crown. 35 and a half. So yeah, really good sized watch. And yeah, if I find a good original Sona, in like good condition. Because the thing is, these are older watches, and finding one in good condition, the dial especially, is harder. And this was quite cheap, so I decided to get this one. Of course, I've made a separate video for this Vimal Sharma watch, and yeah, this is surprisingly good quality. He has done an amazing job putting this together, and it's very well done. The power reserve was fantastic. When I tested it, when I first got it a few times, I was getting around 40 plus hours, 43 hours before it stopped. And that was impressive because none of the others get that much. The winding is quite smooth as well, and it just looks good, has a nice feel to it. Weight is excellent here. It feels a lot more bulky than some of the other ones. And yeah, I also like this strap style. A little bit. And I went with these drunken dials here and hold hands with sort of a silver sunburst effect on the dial. And yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the way this watch looks, the size, the feel, the weight, everything is excellent. These straps, like I said, they're quite heavy as well compared to the other ones, and also not bad as far as arm hair pulling is concerned. Nice sort of thick glass as well. Just a very nice watch. Only thing I worry is like scratching the glass. So let's put that aside. So these were the original, sorry, not the original, the aftermarket ones. Now look at the others. So the first HMT that I got was this, the Kohinoor. Again, if you see the aftermarket one, same style, but this one has this sort of dial with the minute markers in black and then the rest in gold. And again, very good, very similar in terms of looks and the bracelet. Again, not solid rings here, but still has a bit of weight and it looks pretty good. Now, some people have said that this is not 100% original. There may be some different parts. And frankly, I don't care because this looks fantastic and it's got the original movement. It's been working perfectly since I've had it. And yeah, I have no issues. And even if it is not 100% original, I don't mind because HMTs are not expensive watches. A lot of people got them, tinkered with them. So it's been happening since the 70s. People changed parts, changed dials, different things. So a lot of DIY happened with these watches. So I'm not too fussed with 100% originality. This is not a museum piece. This is not a Rolex. I don't mind. So I know a lot of people, oftentimes when I put a video on HMT, somebody will always come up and say, oh no, bro, this is aftermarket. I don't care. Just get lost. If you care that much about originalities on HMTs, then you're not in the hobby for the right reason. You don't like watches, you're just trying to buy an appreciating asset or something. I don't care. I enjoy watches, I like wearing them, I like playing with them, looking at them, cleaning them, taking care of them. As long as it looks good to me, works, I didn't pay too much, I'm happy. So still my favorite, this one, and also the most expensive. I paid like 27.50 for this. None of the others even come close to this in terms of how much I spent. And yeah, very happy. Everybody who's seen this loves this. And yeah, I'm trying to find another one for gifting purposes because I know someone who would like it. So we'll see if I can. But yeah, very happy with this one. Now moving on, I wanted to get more, and you may notice I have a thing for the golden dial. So one of the newest ones I got, in fact, let me show you this one because I did make a separate video for this. This is the tarif. So tarif means date in English. If you're not from India, yeah, tarif means date, but so today is the 29th. This will be annoying to get to the 29th. Okay, I'll not bother changing the date here. I'll just set the time. And if when I do put it on my wrist, when I'm wearing next, I'll try and set the time. Set the date. It's 8:50 here. So I started with HMTs sort of mid-November. That's when I started researching, and the first one that arrived was this Kohinoor in late November, I think early December. So right now it's the 29th of December today. when I'm doing this video. So just over 6 months since I first started. And I just wanted to get a few of these mechanical watches before it's too late, before they're harder to find, they're very expensive. Because I've seen on the groups and the forums, people are trying their best to make them very expensive, which is not good because these were made for the masses, these HMTs, and they're also not the best quality watches. Like, we are Indians, so we have an obsession with them, we love them, but reality is these are affordable mechanical watches made for the common man. So they shouldn't be that expensive. So this is the Tariq. I went with the sort of beads of rice style bracelet. It is an arm hair puller, to be fair, but yeah, it is again a beautiful dial, another golden one, and this is one of the main ones known for the date window. So this is the latest one I got. Now another recent one I got is this Uttam. Now the story with this Uttam is interesting because when I first started thinking about getting an HMT, this is the one I really wanted. The first time I saw an HMT, this had the very classic look. Like instantly, I was transported back to the 70s or the 80s. All the movies, like you remember Jitendra with dancing and with his white suit and the white shoes and stuff like that. That's literally the image that came to mind when I saw this. And yeah, so I wanted this one, and I couldn't really find one in good condition until I came across Sudeep Singh on the Facebook group. And this person, he was basically selling new old stock. So his father had a watch shop, which they closed, and they had a bunch of HMTs in stock. Um, Basically, 20-year-old new watches still in boxes. And if you are interested, I'll either put a link or something to their profile because they may still have some other models in stock. So I got it from him. Literally came boxed in this sort of box here, completely new. So I finally got the Uttam, but there was one unfortunate thing, and that is this is too small. Like if you look at the pictures close up, you may not realize it, but this is very small. Um, so you can see here with the crown it's only 35, and without it, we are looking at 33. Now it's still not terrible, but it is definitely small. It feels small. What I've realized is this size, um, this Kohinoor is about a 36. Let me just double check. It is 36. So this is the size that feels right now because I don't have a big wrist, so I could get away with smaller dials. And 35, 36 is as small as I want to go. This one is 33. Actually, let me put this on the wrist to show you. So I'm wearing this Kimi watch today, 2091, I think. I really like it. Really gets a lot of wrist time recently. So here we are with the Uttam. I can just about get away with it, but it does feel small. So initially, when I opened it, I thought I'll just sell it on or gift it to someone, but I'm going to keep it because this is like a brand new watch and I like it. I like collecting these HMTs, and yeah, I can still wear it occasionally. So yeah, if you have a larger wrist, keep that in mind. I have a 17 centimeter wrist, 6.7 inches. So if you have under 6.5 inch, I think you should be okay with this. But if you're even slightly bigger than mine, you will find this too small. All right, so that was the, did I? No, I didn't. What did I? You got too busy talking about it. Okay, 820. Yeah, really nice clean dial here. Just only thing is it's a little small. But what I've noticed with these watches is if you put them on your wrist and wear them for a bit, like a few days and stuff, you'll start getting comfortable with it and it wouldn't feel that way. Because after all, this was what men were wearing back in the day. Right now, there's a trend for these oversized watches from especially from the fashion brands. Um, they're just too big, 45, 46. In some cases might make sense to me, but I usually don't go for those. If it's a diver's watch, if it's a pilot watch, field watch, something, then maybe a big watch makes sense. But most watches, especially if they have that dress style look, that 40 plus is just too big for me at least. So now let's look at one that is not a golden dial, and this is the Gotham. And the reason I got this is because the shape. Now I've seen several different designs, and this one has quite a few dial patterns. Like with I've seen one with like a check pattern, black dial with like white stripes, white checks basically, and golden dials and stuff like that. So I do want to get one more because I like this shape. Really enjoy the shape, different style. Just kind of getting bored of the circular shapes on watches. So this shape was welcome, and I decided to get this one here. Um, Also, I should mention the prices of these. I think I've mentioned a few of them. In fact, I don't remember exactly how much I paid for all of these. Um, but most of them are around 1,000. So this one, I think I paid 1,200. I think, yeah, 1,200 for this. This one, as I mentioned, is 2,750. This one, 800, I think, just for the case, the watch, and 150 for the bracelet, and then some little bit for the postage. So just under 1,200 for this one in total. This one, because it's new and boxed and everything, I paid 2,500, like including postage and everything. And yeah, I'll probably check with the seller again if they have any more, and might pick up one or two other models. So this one again, I think was 1,200. This Vimal Sharma one was 1,600 total, including shipping and everything. This AM Sona was 1,400. So anyway, so you can see here, couple expensive ones over 2,000, but rest of them are comfortably under 2,000. So moving on to this one, another surprisingly good looking watch. And again, similar, you could say, to something like this. And but still very good looking, very beautiful. And also I did not spend too much on this one, was in very good condition, uh, smooth movement of the hands and everything, etc. And this one was 1750. And this one I got from Sanjeev Gupta, who is the admin of the HMT Watches Facebook group. So there was some drama with the courier; they had misplaced it, but eventually I got it, and the watch is in good condition. So thankfully, there's nothing wrong with the watch. It works beautifully, looks good, and another surprisingly good-looking watch. So this is the Arjun. Um, I also got this one together with the Arjun here. And this one was cheaper. This is the Pilot, of course, very popular. And this one was 1250. Now, with this watch, there's a lot of repainted dial seams. I wanted one that was original, even if it was like in a bit of a used state, as you can see here. The Pilot is under the HMT is sort of almost gone, and it could use with the relooming. So, but I wanted it to be like untouched, so I decided to get this one. And again, very happy, and surprisingly, this watch gets a lot of wrist time. You can see, you can maybe even hear the moving. I've worn this quite a lot. Now, originally, this came with like a cheap leather bracelet. I had this NATO previously. I had already bought it for something, and this was 18. I took it off and instantly put this on, and I think it looks pretty good. Runs well, and so has a good power reserve here. Now, one of the issues I found with this one when I got it initially was the seconds hand was getting stuck on the minute hand. So I just took it to my local watch shop and told them to just have it. So they made sure that that doesn't happen. So it's been running well. I got this early February, I think. Yeah, and I've actually worn this the most among all these watches simply because it's a bit more comfortable on the NATO strap, and the weather was kind of warm the last 2 3 months, so this made the most sense to me. So this is the Pilot. Then we have the Vijay. This also I got from Wasim Ahmed. from one of the Facebook groups. He's been very helpful, sharing his knowledge, experienced collector, and he knows all the watches like originality, all the shapes and dials they came in. I bought several of the watches from him because finding a trustworthy person is kind of tricky. And when I find one who's selling watches at reasonable prices, who loves watches himself, I tend to stick with them. So I bought this one, this Tari, this Gotham, this Moria as well. You see here, all these watches from him. I thought I bought more. Anyway, so this one also had a leather strap, which I removed. And my local shop, they don't normally keep 18 straps, but they had this one in stock. So I bought this. And yeah, it looks pretty good. The glass could use a little more buffing or cleaning up because this is acrylic, gets scratched up. But I did try to clean it up a little bit, and I'm satisfied. It's not like brand new looking, but it's in good condition. And I wanted this cushion shape, and this looks fantastic. This also comes in a lot of variations. As a white dial, has a few different styles as well, and all of them look pretty good. So I would like another one if I can. And a white one would look even better because it would look a little bigger. Because again, this is on the smaller side. Doesn't feel as small as the other one that I showed you, Uttam, but this is also a little on the smaller side. So here we have 36, which is okay with the crown, I guess, but without it is about 33 again. So a little on the smaller side, and the black dial would make it look smaller. So if this was white, it wouldn't feel that small. But again, another good looking watch, and also I think not that expensive. I think again around 1200 I paid him. Very happy again. This one. Working perfectly, no issues with timekeeping, and yeah, generally just happy with this. Another thing I wanted to mention with these HMT watches is, despite the fact we have to wind them quite a lot, none of the crowns are big enough, in my opinion. I'm not like a big person with a huge hand, but I do find it like a bit annoying that these crowns not big enough. They should be a little bigger, I think. Anyway, it's not that big a deal if you're doing it once a week or something. And then finally, let's talk about the Moria, which was another surprise watch. Now, this was probably the second or third watch I got, and I got this soon after this one. And despite how much I like this one, I was genuinely surprised by how good this looks as well. It's very similar in look to, I guess, the Uttam. And had I known the Uttam was small, I would have probably just stuck with this or maybe bought another one of these because, yeah, it is again a very good looking watch. Now, I believe this comes in two sizes. I'm not 100% sure because this has a 16 bracelet, but it's not as small as the others that I've shown you. This is 35, I think. So without the crown, 34. With the crown, it is 36 and a bit. So yeah, another early watch and another one surprisingly comfortable, and the time is almost here. But yeah, also the crown on this one is very tiny. So surprisingly, the most comfortable crown, or should I say crowns, are on the aftermarket ones and the big Kohinoor, I guess. So this is also, I guess, if you are interested in getting these HMTs, a few things that you need to consider are the size of the crown, the size of the watch, your own size, like the wrist size, and what you think would work best. Modern watches are much bigger, so I think something like this would feel good because this has a good weight to it, especially if you go with these sort of bracelets. These have a good weight, and the watches are a little bigger, and generally you'll feel a little more substance on the wrist compared to something like, let's say, the Uttam, for example. Uh, this again looks good, but it's a little on the smaller side. And if you want comfort and lightweight, I guess you go with these, the Pilot ones. I don't have the Janta, which is another popular one. I don't know if I would get that because they're pretty much the same shape, just with a different dial. Um, I would like to get the original Sona if I can, because this is again a very beautiful watch. Probably you could say one of the most beautiful I've seen. Um, I could get another aftermarket one from Vimal Sharma. I'm thinking of getting one with the pilot style watch, something with much cleaner indices and where the boarding hasn't dropped off, basically. Um, there are a few unusual looking shapes that I would like. There's the Jawahar, which is an unusual looking shape. Chanakya is one. The Chirag is another very popular one with an unusual case shape. So yeah, I'll try and pick them up, but at the moment I'm not in a sort of hurry like I was 6 months ago. I have plenty now. So when the right one comes along, I'll pick it up. So how many do I actually have here? So we have, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 10 mechanical, and of course the Q304. So in just over 6 months, I've managed almost a dozen watches. And yeah, very happy. For me, every time I sort of sit down and wind these, I get a lot of joy and happiness. I try to wear them as much as possible. It was a bit warm, so the Pilot was the one getting the most this time. This one, well, actually also worn quite a bit of this one. I have a very young niece, less than 2 years old. She liked this for some reason, and she used to like grab it from my hand and wanted it. So yeah, I started to hide this because she really liked this one and she would chew on the strap and stuff. But for some reason, she liked really this one. Maybe it's the gold and the orange color. And yeah, the others, um, I wore the Vijay for a bit. Recently, I've been wearing Barrett because this is the latest one. Initially, when I got this, I was just obsessed with this one. I was wearing this quite a bit. But yeah, really, really happy. All of them are really good. Really like them. The dials are good. In fact, I have several of these golden dials now. So, see, one, two, three, four, five, six golden dials. I could have like a separate golden dial collection. Even the golden one on this looks good. I want more of these or similar shapes. There are a few with this style of shape. There's one with a TV style shape. So I want to get some of those as well. Different shapes appeal to me. Movement is pretty much the same in all of them, the 17 June movement. So there's nothing particularly outstanding about that, but we can still get a mechanical watch for this cheap. That is the thing that blew my mind, and that's why I wanted to collect these. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the collection. Maybe I'll make another one of these in 6 months or a year's time when I have more, if I get more. But yeah, overall, very happy with HMT and the collection. Surprisingly good looking watches, have a very classic vintage look, mechanical movement, sweeping second hands. So you get all of this for next to nothing in most cases. So very happy. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.